What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a little different. Usually I only post gameplay videos, but as you can see, we cooking today. But dude, I don't know if I should title this or not, but you know, screw it, let's just call it Weeb Cooking, because I am a weeb and we are indeed cooking. Today is Father's Day and I was deciding what to cook, and I wanted to make something different this year, but I also wanted to record myself cooking if I'm going to be cooking anyway and put it on the channel, because it took me all day to make this. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I was watching an anime. The anime was The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, so I was watching that, and she made rice. So it just came to me this, maybe I can make some rice. Today we're making rice, bacon, waffles, and a cake on the side. So this is basically the entire process on how that went. As y'all saw before, we have all the ingredients: onions, mushroom, chocolate cake mix, chocolate icing, canola oil, flour, long grain rice, extra large eggs, 2 onions, and mushrooms. And ketchup. I forgot the ketchup! This is supposed to record it. I didn't put ketchup on mine. I knew something was missing. Crap! Okay, anyways, that makes a lot of freaking sense. Oh, we also have chicken breasts on the side. The chicken breast is going in the fried rice, and the fried rice is going inside the omelet, because it is indeed rice. Now, here, let me explain to you guys what happened actually. The flour that I'm putting in right now, well, that's sugar actually, but the flour that I use was the wrong kind of flour that you would use to make pancakes slash waffles with. So apparently my freaking waffles turned out extra gummy. Like they were so gummy is the issue. And it took me, I spent like at least 20 minutes to an hour figuring out why the heck are my waffles gummy, and why, like, I even switched from waffle to pancake back to waffle. I even tried like overcooking it, and it just stayed gummy. It turns out the flour was the wrong kind. You're supposed to get self-rising flour. Oh, and please ignore our dusty old ASS waffle maker that we have here. That thing might be older than me, honestly, but it does work, and that is what we will be using. Also, I'm supposed to be using 2 cups of rice, but we only have a 2/3 cup. So take that for what you will. Take that for what you will. But I did somehow make that work. Okay, boiling the rice, getting the rice ready for the fried rice for later. If you didn't know about that, you actually have to cook the rice first and then turn around and like fry it after. Like fry the cooked rice after. Sheesh, peep the ASMR too. The ASMR is kind of nice. Like I was like listening to this like post like in editing. It just sounds like a regular like ASMR cooking video. Like that's exactly what it sounds like, an ASMR cooking video. But this one right here turned out gummy. That's why I'm like pointing the camera at the gummy parts, which is like the edge, and it just did not turn out right. So I was confused, because like my parents taught me, you know, flour, sugar, water, but that is not exactly the case. You just buy some other effing pancake mix. Don't do it with flour, is what I've learned. Okay, my waffles are still looking gummy based on the edges. So like, what is going on? See, I'm like trying to overcook it right now because it's like staying gummy. I'm like, is it not done? But the thing is, it is done. It's the wrong freaking type of flour. It does look nice though, I will say. The inside, at least, the inside looks very nice. But it feels extremely gummy. It feels like you're chewing on licorice, if you will. That's exactly what it tastes like. It tastes exactly like what I haven't tasted it, but it just has the consistency of licorice. It does look, that thing looks fantastic, but the edges, I was pointing out the edges, it still looks like that. But peep this stove. This happens every time I cook with this stove. This stove is always doing the most. Like, you see how it's like smoking like that, like a fire is about to happen? It's not supposed to do that. But dude, this old ASS stove does that every time I cook on this stove, a fire happens. So I'm not even like shocked anymore, like when it does happen. But there have been some scares, like some really bad scares, to where like the fire is like past my face. See, at this point I've given up on the waffle maker, and I'm trying to like make a pancake instead, to like see if maybe the waffle maker is doing something. Maybe it'll cook better in here. But little did I know that is not the case. See, look, even the edges here are like turning gummy too. You see? Oh look, Notice how like the very edges of the pancake over there is still gummy. That's the thing. But also, I'm also like here, I'm trying to figure out like, is this done cooking? But based on what I've been taught or what I've heard, once the bubbles are all gone at the top, that's when you would flip. Oh, it looks like the rice is done. Okay, we'll get the strainer to put the rice in. I just threw that in the sink. Okay, alright, but okay, trying to flip the pancake. The pancake is ready to be flipped. Peep. Sheesh. No, but it's still very gummy in there. Okay, the rice is done. I'm gonna pour it in the strainer. I could have pointed it more at the freaking rice. Pass me, my dude. Learn how to be a better cameraman, my dude. What am I looking at? Point it at the rice. Okay, straighten the rice. Good job, pass me. And our rice is done and put to the side. But our pancake, I'm having trouble with still because the flour is just not the right flour. And it, like, look at it. My dude, it is extremely gummy. Like, I'd eat it, but that is not something you serve somebody. That's something that is clearly an abomination that you would eat only when, you know, you made a mistake and there's nothing else to redeem yourself with. Washing our knife, it's time to chop some vegetables. Cutting more too. Dude, look how thorough I am with that, buddy. Somebody, hey man, give me an apprenticeship, my dude, if you will. Gordon Ramsay, where are you at? My dude, did you see how I washed that cutting board? Don't look at my pancakes. These pancakes are not, these aren't the real me. You see, I was fooled. I was actually bamboozled. Like, back then I was sabotaged by my parents on how to make pancakes. So, you know, it's their fault. I blame them for that. You know, I was never told that the flour matters when you make pancakes, but apparently I know that now. Gordon, listen, I know that was a fire. Oh my goodness, I just dropped my pancake. Oh my freaking goodness. Okay, the pancake, I tried to pick it up off the plate. Oh my goodness, I tried to pick it up off the plate for some reason, and it was like hot, so I just threw it. I threw that pancake on the freaking counter. And then right after that, like right after I shut the camera off, I freaking dropped the pancake on the floor. I dropped it completely on the floor. So we might as well just pour one out for that pancake. Rest in peace to that pancake. Okay, we're finally upgraded to pancake mix over flour and water. Apparently I caught the invoice saying that you're supposed to use pancake mix instead of flour and water. This is only like 2 hours later. My dude, this is only like 2 hours later after I started cooking. So that would have been nice though. I could have been done with my freaking waffles by then. My dude, what is this angle? How'd you get on this side? I got the camera like towards the sink. So this is like mixing even better than my flour mixture from earlier. Cause like before it would like stay blocky, but like for this time it like kind of went from like blocky to mush, like into the pancake batter liquid that I'm used to. By the way, you see that little one cut right there? When I did this, I didn't cut the onion yet, but the camera is shaking so much because I was crying. That onion effed me up. My dude, that one slice of onion effed my stuff up. Oh my god, my arm is getting torn up too. Look at all that popping from the oil. I promise you, my arm was getting like torn apart. Look, this pancake looks way better. Like the edges are completely done. Besides the ones that are hanging off the appliance, whatever it's called, pancake maker, it came out pretty well this time. Now the only issue is getting this mother effer off the pancake maker onto the plate, like especially with one hand. I had to like basically throw it on the plate each time. Also, this is like the technique my freaking mom taught me on how to like dice onions. You would like cut it like long ways and then horizontal, and then you would like cut it again, like kind of like what I'm showing you right now, to like it will like make it easier to like dice it like without actually dicing it. But it's diced either way. It's a very thorough technique. Probably not the best way to do it though. Okay, we're trying to take off waffle number 2, and of course I'm struggling using a spoon to take this thing off. We got our onions right here. I'm crying. I am crying so much. You can hear it in the video. I'm not sure if I'm playing the audio or not, but you can hear me sniffling and crying right now because those onions those freaking onions were messing with my eyes so bad. But we got our funky looking waffle now. This is when I was starting to run out of batter, so I just put whatever we had left in that. But I should be getting some more pretty soon, like right after this. Washing off our mushrooms, drop the camera. Okay, alright. Okay, how was your day? Pouring out mushrooms to cutting board so that we can indeed cut the mushrooms. I honestly have no idea how the heck to cut mushrooms. Like the way that I cut the mushrooms was just not the best way of doing it. I literally just like cut long ways and then cut across and called it a day. This is me showing off our rusty ASS wok because I had no idea our wok was like so done. But like I was like, I gotta cook in this. It looks better now that's been washed, but I did not know that the wok was that freaking rusty. Like the rust was like chipping off. So like when I washed it, it wasn't doing that anymore. You can see the war that I've been in right now. You can see the little battlefield that I've had right now because my arm is completely covered in pancake mix. So you can tell that I've been fighting in this kitchen for quite a while. Like I started cooking at like 7 a.m. and I like got done cooking at 1 p.m. Okay, looks like I'm starting on the cake now because at this point there was nothing that I could do besides wait on the pancake mix that my mother was getting me because I ran out. So I only had like a pancake and a half, a waffle and a half. Say pancake one more time, mother effer. But I had a pancake and a waffle and a half. But no, we're starting on our cake now instead, which was probably the easiest thing I've done all day, and it took like the least amount of time. I tried to crack an egg on camera just to show y'all, like with one end, but it was not the play because like when I opened the freaking egg, half of the shell dropped into that. So the rest of the eggs, I cracked it off camera and put them in there and blended it. It's looking pretty. Oh my goodness, that was loud. It's looking pretty nice. I'm surprised my camera survived all this because my arms and my hands were like covered in a mess. My phone screen was pretty much like painted as well, if you will. But the camera, just a few wipes, like 2-3 wipes with my shirt, it just worked. So we're pouring the camera into the baking pan, and you know it looks pretty nice. We're putting the cake in the oven, and we will see the cake in about 30 minutes. Oh, the cake is done. Did you see how fast? Actually, 30 minutes was more like 2 seconds, mother effer. But now that our cake is done, we're gonna let it rest so that I can put the icing on. We have the rest of our pancake mix, this gigantic ASS box. As you can see, we're blending it, water. All I put was water in it this time, no sugar this time. Flour, my bad, pancake mix, waffle mix, pancake, same thing, and the water and a little bit of butter spray to make sure that it doesn't stick. I didn't even pour that much this time. I poured like a little bit compared to what I was pouring last time, probably because it's more thicker. I'm not sure if more thicker is a valid way of saying that, but it's more solid. It's more thick, if you will. See, look how fluffy it looks now. Look at me. I'm jumping up and down right now because it's not gummy anymore. It's not gummy anymore, but still, it looks very nice and fluffy. My dude, a little cloudy, my dude, a little cloudy. I call that one Cloudy J. But now we're working on our chicken breasts. I'm washing them off right now. Gonna season them and all that. Got our seasoned salt and our black pepper. You know, as a YouTuber that I watch always says, if you're not seasoning, it's not enough seasoning. And indeed, he is correct. Because mother effer, after I ate that chicken, it could have been seasoned some more. I'm gonna be honest with you. A little seasoned salt and black pepper. Nothing special. And a little meat tenderizer after. That my freaking mom ran in and just threw on after while I was cooking it. So you can tell that I'm not a cook or a chef. I was like cooking this in this pan, and I was like, how the heck am I gonna cook the inside? How am I gonna cook this thick ASS piece of meat while cooking the insides? Because like, oh, we got our second fire. That fire kind of big. That fire is kind of big. It is not going away. The other one went away with like one breath of wind, but this one is not going away. This one wants to stay. Okay, we're firefighters now. But Jesus Christ. Alright, we're beating the fire. My dude, this fire did not want to go away. I was gonna throw some water on it, but I've done it. Okay, alright, we put the fire out. Jesus Christ. But I was gonna put some water on it, but I've done it before, and the last time I did that, the oven like had water stuck in it, so we just gotta fight fires without water now. After that fire incident, and like me not being sure on like if the inside is cooking on that meat, I decided to bust out a good old George Foreman grill to make this easier on myself. But also, one thing I noticed while cooking the meat in the George Foreman, the freaking grill did not close. The meat was too big for the George Foreman grill. Like I'm showing it right now. Actually, I'm like showing like it not closing. But what we did after was we cut the meat in half to ensure that like it would like close and like cook thoroughly. Like you might be like, where do you get 4 pieces of chicken breast from? No, it's the same two. They're just cut in half. They're looking good and done, but now I'm gonna like chop them up. But that looks pretty chopped up. We're finally doing our fried rice. The rice is not coming out the freaking strainer. Hold on, give me a second. Let's let myself figure this out. Let's see if I have a giga brain. I believe it. You stir it up a little bit. There it is. We finally started our fried rice. We're gonna start adding our ingredients to it too. Right now we're just stirring it to ensure that the rice gets nice and oiled up. We're adding our mushrooms, our onions, and our chicken to this rice. Looks like we're finally starting our omelets, which I absolutely don't know how to make at all. I've never made an omelet before in my life, but I promise you, I'm not sure if I recorded it or not, but there most definitely were some flaws. Some of the omelets that I cooked did not make it into this video for good reason. Alright, we're gonna start our omelet mixture. Pour it in the pot. Sheesh, look at the spread. Now the thing about the omelet is, like, I'm not sure how to flip it is the main issue. Like, this part was not an issue at all. I just poured it and like it stuck. But flipping it, this is not the first attempt. This omelet that you see now looking nicely flipped and all, this was not the first attempt. There was an omelet before this one that did not make it into the video because I flipped it and it did not turn out right. I flipped it and it came out looking like Frankenstein. It was definitely an abomination. It was definitely the grunt of the bunch, if you will. Now I wasn't gonna add cheese to any of these, but you know, my parents, they have different appetites, I guess, but they wanted cheese on theirs, so I had to change up a tiny little bit. But I stuck, like, my omelet, I kept it traditional. But this is before flippage. Okay, we go again. We're doing some flippage, some flipping action. Okay, looking a little nice. Looking a little nice, a little better. It looks good on the this camera. This is 4K. This looks very nice indeed. Look at that omelet, my dude. Omelette. Look at me, man. Black knees here, and now we're cooking this abomination, turkey bacon. By the way, turkey bacon, in my opinion, is like the devil's spawn of food. Turkey bacon is disgusting. And if you disagree with me, I will have a heated debate with you if you would like. But there is no debate when it comes to turkey bacon. If I was a turkey and you turn me into turkey bacon, I will haunt you. But this is the finished product. You know, everything looks nice. The waffles, the rice, the cake. I even showed the card in the camera. But everything besides the bacon, screw the bacon. But this is me eating the food, and I'm like showing you guys the inside. It was pretty nice though. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10 in my opinion. The egg like really overpowered the rice, and me personally, I don't like egg. I hate egg, but the egg was actually really freaking good. Like, the egg was good, but don't get me wrong, I still hate egg to this day. I can't stand egg, but it was pretty good. But you know, if you guys like, thank you for watching. You know, this took a very long time to make, my dude. We're working on a 16-hour shift right now, but so, you know, clap it up for me. But no, I'm not asking for any pity or anything. But thank you guys for watching. But peace.